Welcome to NewsTrack YouTube channel. In today's video, we share the latest updates on celebrities who sadly passed away today. We remember their lives, achievements, and the impact they had on fans around the world. Our thoughts go out to their families and loved ones during this difficult time. Stay updated with real-time news on celebrity deaths and tributes from the entertainment industry. Nikola Pokrovac. Nikola Pokrovac dies at 39. Zagreb. Nikola Pokrovac, a former Croatia national team midfielder who played at the 2008 European Championship, has died in a car accident, his country's soccer federation said. He was 39. The federation announced that Pokrovac died Friday night in a car accident in the city of Karlovac. Pokrovac played for Dinamo Zagreb, Monaco, and Salzburg before being diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma in 2015. Pokrovac made 15 appearances for Croatia's national team. Marijan Kustic, president of the Croatian Football Federation, called Pokrovac a, quote, great football player who showed great courage in life by overcoming a terrible disease. He offered condolences to Pokrovac's family. Dinamo said in a statement that Pokrovac was a talented midfielder who played 69 times for the team and participated in 4 championship titles. Beirut. Morocco's U17 national football team made history on Saturday by winning their first Africa Cup of Nations 2025 title after edging past Mali 4-2 on penalty shootouts. The final match saw little in the way of clear chances, with both sides struggling to break the deadlock throughout 90 minutes of a goalless draw. In the second half, the Atlas Lions increased their tempo, obviously paving their way for a breakthrough, but could not hit the Malian net. With no goals to separate the two, the match went to penalties, where Morocco held their nerve. Goalkeeper Chouel Bellerouche emerged the hero, saving 2 spot kicks to secure a historic victory for his teammates, winning their first continental title at the U17 level. With this victory, Morocco has now conquered every single AFCON title, from U17 to U20, U23, and the senior level. Colin Berry. Colin Berry dies at 79. British broadcaster and former Eurovision spokesperson Colin Berry has passed away at the age of 79. Known for delivering the UK's voting results during the song contest from 1978 to 2002, Berry became one of the most recognizable voices associated with Eurovision throughout the late 20th century. His death was confirmed on the 16th of April 2025. Colin Berry may never have stood on the Eurovision stage as a performer, but for 24 years his voice reached millions across Europe. Between 1978 and 2002, he served as the United Kingdom's official spokesperson during the Eurovision voting segment, a role that made him a staple of the contest during its golden television years. Berry's calm delivery, often with a warm wit, became a cherished moment of the voting process for many fans. Whether reading out United Kingdom Dow's points or watching national fortunes rise and fall, Berry remained the voice of reliability throughout countless Eurovision nights. Berry began his broadcasting journey in the 1960s, famously working with offshore pirate station Radio Caroline before moving into mainstream British broadcasting. His long stint with BBC Radio 2 cemented his reputation as one of the UK's most versatile radio voices, covering music shows, news bulletins, and presenting various late-night programs, including Night Ride and Music Through Midnight. He made occasional television appearances on popular UK shows like Celebrity Supermarket Sweep, Top of the Pops, and Blankety Blank, and remained active in local radio long after retiring from the national stage. His Eurovision involvement came at a time when the UK was at the height of its song contest powers, regularly finishing in the top ranks. Mizuki Itagaki. Mizuki Itagaki died at 24. Mizuki Itagaki, best known for his role in the renowned live-action Ao Haru Ride, has passed away at the age of 24. The Japanese actor's death was announced by his family on Thursday, April 17th, on his official Instagram. "We're very sorry to share that actor Itagaki Mizuki has passed away due to an unfortunate incident," the statement read. "To all the fans who supported him with so much warmth, and to everyone who worked with him, we're truly grateful from the bottoms of our hearts," the star's family further said in the statement. For those unversed, Mizuki had been missing since the start of the year, and his body was recently discovered. The police and others continued the search, and just recently, we were contacted by the Tokyo police that his body has been found in the city, revealed the family. Mizuki always worked hard with the hope of bringing smiles and joy to everyone through his acting, the statement concluded. Mizuki, who was born in October 2000, has played lead roles in many Japanese films, including Our Secret Diary, Love's Stoppage Time, and In-House Marriage Honey. Joe Thompson. Joe Thompson died at 36. London, UK, April 18, ANI. British soccer player Joe Thompson has passed away after multiple battles with cancer. He was 36. Thompson's wife, Chantel, revealed on Instagram that the soccer star died on Thursday, April 17th, after being diagnosed with cancer 3 times, as per People. Our brave and courageous Joey passed away in the early hours of Thursday morning. He was at home, where he wanted to be in a beautiful, peaceful setting, surrounded by his family when he transitioned, Chantel wrote alongside a photograph of Thompson. A clear relationship between sugar and cancer leads scientists to 2 conclusions. One of these conclusions is that the use of sugar contributes to cancer, and that going without sugar helps to slow the spread of cancer. 100 years ago, most people consumed about 2 kilograms of sugar per annum. These days, people consume, on average, quantities of sugar 40 times this amount, which is equivalent to 80 kilograms of sugar per annum. Food manufacturers add enormous amounts of sugar, usually in the form of high-fructose corn syrup, to products we consume all day, every day. Coffee drinks, cereal, soda, and snacks contain large amounts of sugar, including even in foods you would not normally expect, like spaghetti sauce and peanut butter. The amount we consume can either feed those cells or starve them. In a landmark study by researchers at Anderson Cancer Center of the University of South Florida, one researcher said a lot of patients are told that it does not matter what they eat after they are diagnosed with cancer. However, preliminary animal research suggests that it does matter, and that the cause and effect situation. Nora Aunor. Nora Aunor dies at 71. Nora Aunor, who became one of the biggest stars of Philippine cinema during a career that spanned 7 decades, has died. Aunor died Wednesday, according to social media posts from her children. She was 71. No further details on the cause or place of her death were immediately given. Filipina actor Lot de Leon said on Instagram that her mother touched generations with her unmatched talent, grace, and passion for the craft. Her voice, presence, and artistry shaped a legacy that will never fade. De Leon said funeral plans and other details will be shared later. Aunor, born Nora Cabaltera Villamayor to an impoverished family in eastern Camarines Sur province, sold water in a train station in her hometown in her youth. She first gained fame in her teens as a singer in the 1960s before moving on to movies. She amassed more than 200 credits in film and television that included many classics of Philippine cinema and won dozens of acting awards. Memorable roles included 1976's Tatlong Taong Walang Diyos, 3 Years Without God, 1984's Bulaklak sa City Jail, Flowers of the City Jail, and 1995's The Floor Contemplation Story. She swept Best Actress awards in the country for her performance in 1990's Andrea, Paano Ba Ang Maging Isang Ina? Andrea, What Is It Like to Be a Mother? And won Best Actress at the Asian Film Awards for her portrayal of a midwife in 2012's Thy Womb. Aunor was still acting as recently as last year, starring in the film Mananambal, The Healer, and appearing on the TV series Lilette Matias, Attorney at Law. Aunor was named a National Artist for Film and Broadcast Arts, the country's biggest honor for actors. Dwayne Collins. Dwayne Collins dies at 37. Former Miami High and University of Miami basketball player Dwayne Collins died on Wednesday, 3 days after his 37th birthday. The cause of death has not been announced, but a heart attack is suspected, according to multiple sources. Collins, 6'8", played for the Hurricanes from 2006 to 2010 and averaged 23.6 minutes, 9.9 points, and 7 rebounds per game. He was the second player in history to reach 1,000 points, 850 rebounds, and 100 assists in a career, and as a senior led the team in scoring 12.0 ppg, rebounding 7.8 rpg, and field goal percentage .604, the second best single-season field goal percentage in history at that time. He was selected with the final pick of the 2010 draft by the Phoenix Suns, but did not play for them that season. He signed with Italian team Cimberio Varese for the 2010-11 season, but he was let go prior to the start of the season after sustaining a knee injury. He returned to action in July 2013 when he joined the Suns for the 2013 NBA Summer League. In 5 games for the Suns, he averaged 1.2 points in 5.3 minutes per game. Collins was an All-State and All-Dade County selection as a junior and senior at Miami High. He averaged 24 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks per game as a senior. He led Miami High to the state title as a junior, averaging 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 blocks. He played for the Miami Tropics AAU team under coach Art Pelan Alvarez, with whom Collins shared a birthday. I had just texted with Dwayne on April 13th because we share that birthday, so this was a complete shock and the Miami basketball community is in pain, Alvarez said. He was one of the most loved student athletes in the Miami ranks, so nice and humble. Matt Gaden. Matt Gaden dies at 83. Matt Gaden, the co-writer of the 1967 pop hit song Everlasting Love, and an innovative guitarist who recorded with Bob Dylan and helped establish Nashville, Tennessee as a recording hub for artists working outside the bounds of country music, died Wednesday at his home in Nashville. He was 83. His cousin Tommy Maddox Working said the cause was complications of Parkinson's disease. Gaden's most illustrious achievement, his percussive electric guitar work on Absolutely Sweet Marie, a track on Dylan's 1966 double album Blonde on Blonde, most of which was recorded in Nashville, went uncredited for decades. It was only recently, when a new generation of researchers discovered the omission, that he received his due. Gaden, who was self-taught, had a knack for inventing just the right rhythm or mood for an arrangement. In the late 1960s and early 1970s, when Nashville was just beginning to break out of its conventional country bubble, he had a particular affinity for collaborating with cultural outsiders, among them Linda Ronstadt and the Pointer Sisters. Matt Gaden was a genius, the best guitar player I ever heard, Bob Johnston, the producer of Blonde on Blonde, once said. On J.J. Cale's 1971 single Crazy Mama, Gaden played bluesy slide guitar with a wah-wah pedal, creating an uncanny sound later employed to droll effect on the Steve Miller Band's chart-topping 1973 pop hit The Joker. A few years ago, a writer called me father of the wah slide, Gaden wrote in his 2013 autobiography, Missing String Theory, A Musician's Uncommon Spiritual Journey. It's humbling to realize I developed a stylistic approach to playing slide. Joel Krosnick. Joel Krosnick died at 84. It has been announced today that cellist Joel Krosnick has passed away. Born in New Haven, Connecticut, Krosnick went on to study at Columbia University, where he began his lifelong passion for contemporary music. From 1974 to 2016, he served as the Juilliard String Quartet. With them, Krosnick performed the great quartet literature and recorded it for the Sony Classical, Wergo, and CRI labels. He also performed sonata repertoire with pianist Gilbert Kalish for more than 30 years. Together, they recorded the complete sonatas and variations of Beethoven and the sonatas of Brahms for the Arabesque label. He performed and premiered a large number of new works by composers, including Donald Martino, Ralph Shapey, and Richard Wernick. As an educator, Krosnick has been a member of the Juilliard School faculty since 1974 and chair of the cello department since 1994. In 2015, Joel Krosnick received the Juilliard School President's Medal for service to the arts. Throughout his extraordinary career, 50 years of which were dedicated to Juilliard, Joel inspired and supported countless students, Juilliard wrote. Those who had the privilege of working with him quickly recognized his fierce dedication to teaching, his unique ability to guide students toward their highest potential, and the depth of his humanity. Also on the faculty of the Nizal Hall Chamber Music Festival and the Perlman Music Program, he was associated with the Aspen, Marlborough, and Tanglewood Music Festivals, and Piatigorsky Seminar at the University of Southern California. Among his accolades are the Chevalier de Violoncelle Award from Indiana University's Jacobs School of Music and honorary doctoral degrees from Michigan State University. Patrick Adiarte. Patrick Adiarte dies at 82. Patrick Adiarte, the Philippines-born actor and dancer best known for his roles in The King and I, MASH, and Flower Drum Song, died Tuesday in Los Angeles from pneumonia. He was 82. His death was confirmed on social media by friends and family members Wednesday. Born in Manila, Adiarte was imprisoned along with his sister Irene and their mother Purita by the Japanese in 1945 during World War II. Their father was killed that same year while he was working as a captain for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Over a year later, Adiarte and his surviving family members emigrated to New York. In 1952, he joined the Broadway cast of The King and I and toured with the show alongside fellow cast members Yul Brynner and Gertrude Lawrence. When the Broadway production was adapted a few years later in 1956 into a feature film by 20th Century Fox, Adiarte was cast as Prince Chulalongkorn, the eldest son of Brynner's King Mongkut of Siam. Adiarte starred 5 years later in another Hollywood adaptation of a Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, 1961's Flower Drum Song. The film was directed by Henry Koster and featured Adiarte as Wong San, one of the sons of Benson Fong's Wong Chi-yang. Adiarte was mentored by Gene Kelly during the latter's stint, directing the Broadway version of Flower Drum Song, which Adiarte starred in before appearing in the show's film adaptation. Following his Broadway run in The King and I, he also studied at the Professional Children's School alongside fellow classmate Liza Minnelli. On the smaller screen, Adiarte memorably guest-starred in 2 episodes of The Brady Bunch and 7 episodes of MASH between 1972 and 1973. Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood's 46-year-old escape film set the stage for this talented actor's rise to fame. From action-packed thrillers to biopics, Danny Glover has done it all in his 4-decade-long career. Best known for playing Robert Murdaugh in the Lethal Weapon series, he's taken on a wide range of characters in films like The Color Purple, To Sleep with Anger, and Dreamgirls. But every actor has to start somewhere, and for Danny Glover, it was a small role in Don Siegel's biographical thriller, Escape from Alcatraz. Based on a true story, Escape from Alcatraz tells the real-life story of one of the most infamous prison breaks in American history. Even though Glover's part was small, the film itself was anything but. It marked a turning point in the prison drama genre, cemented Eastwood's status as a dramatic lead, and gave a future star his very first screen credit. Escape from Alcatraz follows Frank Morris, Clint Eastwood, a convicted criminal who is sent to the maximum security prison on Alcatraz Island. With a history of prison escapes and a determination for freedom, Frank begins to observe the prison's routines, the guards, and the weaknesses in the system. Over time, he forms a plan to escape with 2 other inmates, the Anglin brothers, John, Fred Ward, and Clarence, Jack Thibault. The escape plan involved crafting a makeshift raft and digging through the walls of their cells to create a tunnel that leads to the outside. As the 3 men prepare for their escape, the prison warden, Patrick McGowan, and guards grow more suspicious of their actions. Fighting against time, the trio races to complete their plan before they're caught, facing numerous challenges along the way.